8:15 a.m. on this Tuesday morning, December 23rd, 2025. I'm on my way out to the feeding grounds. It just came up. Yeah, they've already been hardcore and heavy this morning, even though we do have so-called clear skies. We're to have another warm day today. You can see how much of the snow has melted. It is to continue to melt, and well, of course, quite green around here for Thursday. And then after that, we're to be back to snow once again. Now this is off to the east, of course. We have, the so-called rising of the sun. We can see another trail back here, as well as what I've just shown. Spinning around, we did have some other trails that was sort of somewhat to the north, which we still have just a little bit of residual matter right here, which is just a portion of that. And then there is just a little bit more above that, just a very faint line right there. Oh, there we go. There we go. As stated, it has begun. And crazy thing, yeah, on a day that we're to be mostly sunny, warmer for this time of year, and of course this has to be kicking off. Now, I've got cats out here that's eating out of the bowl, so I need to get up to the woods and get these granimals taken care of. And of course I'll be recording just that much more apparently as these operations continue to take place on this day. Alrighty, continuing on at 8:25 a.m. we can see what this one left behind, and it just keeps going and going and going off into the eastern horizon here. Laying it on thick, and there's actually two right here, okay? And there's that greater light, if you will. Now, I've got a sneaky suspicion that we might not be seeing as heavy of activity in the sky as what I presume. Wow, this just goes on from horizon to horizon this morning. Of course, we now have our blue jays that are moving in ever so slowly. Where'd you go, buddy? But I'm not really out here to record the bird activity this morning. We've seen enough of that, right? Now we'll try to stick with the sky as much as possible throughout this day. We got a lot of cats that have made their way up here this morning. Going back in. I know another one just flew up here. Might as well stick with the routine and show what has now become quite common to show in my recordings. But they're not wanting to comply, play along. Kind of slow about coming up this morning. Yeah, got more up here. You know, let's go ahead and step out of the woods real quick and see if there is anything else to be seen, which right now I am declaring doubtful, but once again we shall see. And now, what do you think you're doing, Betsy? There you go. Well, at least you're not chasing the birds. Yeah, Greystoke, our little Tarzan cat, she's once again in the tree, wanting to stay off of the cold ground, which I don't blame her not one bit. Yeah, let's step out of the woods. Alright, outside the tree line, once again, of course, we could see this right here, but as we're going to have to dim this down, I guess. Too much reflective material once again up there in the air. That's actually seeming a little too dark, but you can see past. Yeah, okay, we can see this past trail here going all the way across, and of course it is expanding outwards. We come over to the western horizon and see if we can pick this stuff up. Of course, dimming the lighting down. Yeah, this is very difficult to see back here. Muggsy, what are you doing, buddy? Huh? You coming out to see me? Yeah? So yeah, we have basically a lot of evidence all the way around this morning. And this, of course, back here is expanding out as well. Becoming that much wider. We barely have air movement. Wow. Barely have air movement out here this morning, which that's actually a good thing. It is cold enough out here to where my fingers are slowly numbing up. We'll go ahead and a little bit more blue jay action here. Oh, okay, off and flying. Yeah, we've got more that's coming in, of course. Once again, fluttering about, getting ready to head into the stash spot here. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that shall, as far as I'm concerned, suffice for right now. Oh yeah, we got some pushers that's in the mix right here. Yeah, I've got a feeling these are going to be those ever-changing skies that will be kicking off today. So basically, almost moment by moment, minute by minute, these skies will be changing. At some point, we might have you know, absolutely nothing kicking off. No clouds, no nothing, you know. Yeah, Muggsy's made his way back up because I basically have ignored him. And I'm peering through this coniferous tree bag here. Okay. And drop that lighting down, come back up here. We can see the remains of this trail, and we will call it good. Yeah. We'll continue on at some given point a little bit later. 8:35, just rounded the corner of the apartment complex. This sort of somewhat to the north. So yeah, I thought I would go ahead and get a recording of this. Oh. Almost tripped over a branch laying out here. This has actually got some crazy looking hashtagging to it. Might not be able to really see it. And then of course the waves back in here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to the balcony because it looks like we might have a little bit more that's kicking off more or less to the south. And I will record some of that. As stated, we have had quite a lot of melting that has kicked off. Okay, let's go ahead and record just a little bit of this. Well, I am so tired of this milkiness through all of their metal particulates that they spread. Looks like we got the heart of the matter right there. Might be able to see that, I don't know. Yeah. Yep, they are whiting out the skies. That's the operation that's taking place today. Maybe it's all about trying to trap in some heat to raise the temperatures. I don't know. Yeah, got some nice waves right through in here as well. We can see those. which I refer to as frequency waves. And we've got some other type of wave action here. And of course, a lot of this is dispersals from the trails fanning out that causes these striations, but there's frequencies that's also involved. And of course, those come through the use of those so-called Doppler radar balls. And I've shown this as, in a way, a proof to that narrative through my Doppler radar playlist that shows how they use those radar balls in order to direct precipitation system movements. And it looks like they're still hitting the sky back here. Might be able to see a rather thick trail right there. But otherwise, this is going to end it. For this morning's recordings thus far, in which I'm going to go ahead and compile these together and get them posted for your viewing pleasures. Yeah. Yep. So this is sunrise out, or oh, excuse me. This is skywise out. Yeah, that's a ticket.